What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is super special because it's my birthday. Believe it or not, I am 38 years old. Well, I hope that you can say, oh my gosh, she does not look 38. Some days I feel older, most days, luckily, I feel younger. Today I'm changing it up because I want to share with you the 3 life-changing tips that has taken me 38 years to implement into my life. Didn't necessarily take me 38 years to learn. These are some things that I knew I needed to do, but I just kept pushing it off thinking, I'm different. I don't need to focus on those things. And really just in the past year, since being 37 and this trip around the sun, did I come to the realization of, maybe there's some validity to these 3 tricks that I should start focusing on. And I'm so glad that I did. They have been almost life-changing to me as I'm getting older. And I want to make sure that you start implementing them as well. These are probably things that you've heard of and maybe you keep saying, I'll focus on that later. Start doing it now. You'll be so grateful that you do, whether you are 15, 25, 38, 48, it doesn't matter how old you are. These 3 tricks are vital to living a healthier lifestyle. Tip number 1, drink your water. And I know you've heard this so many times before. I have heard it. I'm a personal trainer and I tell my clients all the time, my nutrition clients and my fitness clients, drink more water. But when it came to me personally, I sucked at drinking water. I was lucky if I would drink 12 ounces of water a day, and that's with working out sometimes 2 times a day for multiple days in a row. And I thought that I felt fine. Well, back in, last year sometime, I started working a little bit more on my nutrition, working on some gut health, and as part of that, I started drinking a gallon of water a day. And by doing that, so much changed. My skin got better. I started to have almost a glow about myself where people would see me and be like, you just look really happy and really healthy. My eyes were wider. My breakouts that I had been getting off and on, those went away. In fact, I haven't had issues with cystic acne in almost a year, and that's something that I had dealt with off and on for 37 freaking years. I had more energy. I was sleeping better at night. Of course, I was having to pee more often, but the annoyance of having to go to the bathroom was far worth it for all the other things that I was benefiting from just drinking water. My body felt better, it looked better, it was able to move more, my workouts felt more energized. You guys, drink more water. Don't start putting it off. Don't be one of those people that say, I know I need to drink more water, but start now. Just go ahead and start trying to drink 64 ounces of water a day. That's a lot for some people. Then jump it up and try to get to 80 ounces a day, then to 100 ounces a day. And then once you get there, you're like, okay, I can drink another 20 ounces. It's not really a big deal. But I promise you, even just after a few days of doing it, you'll start to see the impact of it. After a couple of months of drinking a gallon of water, I did start to decrease my water intake a little bit just because life got really busy. And I could tell the difference from drinking a half a gallon of water, which is still a lot, to how I feel versus when I drink a gallon of water. So now I am back on the gallon train. It's taken me 38 years to hydrate my body, but I'm glad that I finally have done it. Number 2, freaking skincare. Wash your face at night. Have a skincare routine. I watch Instagrammers or vloggers and YouTubers that talk about their skincare routine, and I always thought to myself, like, that must be nice to be able to handle that or to have time to do all the steps. The truth is, you make time for what is important to you, especially when it's something that only takes like 5 minutes at night. Again, I've had cystic acne off and on throughout my adult life. I have a lot of skin spots. Of course, I embrace getting older. I think that we're very fortunate to be able to get older. Every single rotation around the sun is a prize. That doesn't mean I want to look older as I get older, right? So it's really important to finally start focusing on your skin health. Your skin is the biggest organ in your body. You do things to help protect your heart. You do things to help your brain, right? You want to have a strong brain. You want to help try to battle Alzheimer's or other aging issues that you could get. You try to do things to help with your liver. You try to work on your gut health. But if you're not working on your skin, why not? So go talk to an esthetician. Just even go to your local Ulta. See what's getting the best deal, study what other people are doing, and don't be afraid to experiment. You don't have to spend a ton of money on your products. There are some really great products out there that don't cost a lot, but just stay consistent with your skincare. There are days where I'm like, I'm tired, I'm not gonna worry about washing my face before I go to bed. I'll worry about it later. And then I go and I lay in the bed and it starts to nag at me and you're just like, Kendall, get up. You're gonna feel better at the end. And it truly, truly does. Currently, I use a cleanser, like a foaming cleanser. I also use an oil-based cleanser, which is amazing for getting makeup off. I use an exfoliant that I just use once to twice a week. Love it. And I use a face mask. And this is, and of course, a moisturizer with SPF and eye cream. And this is coming from somebody who just 2 years ago, I was just using soap in the shower to wash my face, y'all. It's almost embarrassing, but I've just been one of those people that I'm like, I'm low maintenance, I don't need that stuff. No, as you get older, start taking care of yourself. And if that means you are in your 20s, start now. Then you won't have to deal with the sunspots and the little crow's feet that I have. The younger you start, the better. And then tip number 3, and I think this is the most important tip of all, and probably the most surprising tip that I could give, coming from my background, is make and eat real freaking cake. I have always loved to bake, but because of the position that I'm in as a nutrition coach, as a personal trainer, and dealing with my own nutrition demons since I was 18 years old, I've always had this mentality of if I'm going to cook something, it needs to be the healthier version. And so for family get-togethers and holidays and birthdays, I would always try to push healthy alternatives, healthy cakes, that were sugar-free and made with alternative different flours. And what I've learned is that they are not as good. And I got tired of my friends and family always like questioning what I was bringing, of what's in here, what secret ingredient is this, how healthy is this? And me myself finally realized to have a truly healthy relationship with food, you also need to be okay eating the real stuff. When there is a holiday or a birthday, make real cake. Eat it, enjoy it, knowing that that's not something that you do all the time. That's actually building a healthier relationship with food because you're able to learn what balance is all about. Balance is eating really healthy most of the time and then being okay with not being healthy some of the time. So over the past year, while everybody else has been getting into sourdough bread, I haven't. I've tried. Sourdough just did not work out for me. I've been really getting into cake decorating and cake baking, and I absolutely love it. And instead of focusing so much on how can I make this cake healthy, I've just been making cakes, and my body has not changed, but I'm enjoying my time, using my creative energy that I normally express just through workouts and expressing it in a new way, and that's been so freaking cool. And to be able to share this passion with my friends and family, and instead of them going, well, it's good for a healthy cake, now they're telling me, wow, this is really, really good. Now, of course, if you are trying to eat cake every single day, then the healthy cakes or the healthy desserts absolutely have a place. Like if you have a sweet tooth and you need something after dinner, there's nothing wrong with that, but in that sense, I would still try to make a healthier alternative to some of the things that I love. But if it's my birthday, like it is today, or if it's a holiday coming up, like Easter, which I've been designing a cake, actually like designing it and drawing it out for a few weeks now, I'm gonna go all in and I'm gonna love every single moment of it, and I'm gonna eat the slice without any guilt and still be proud that I can do the things that I do and be as healthy as I can be while indulging. And that's what life is all about. Food is not fuel, and it's taken me a really long time. I mean, food is fuel, but it's not just fuel. It's taken me a really long time to learn that food is also what brings us together. It's a social aspect of life, and it's meant to be enjoyed and not just be, this is good for being healthy. I want to share with you guys and with my clients and with my family and my friends that you can still enjoy healthy food most of the time, but also enjoy the goodness and the indulgences that life has to offer. Life is too short to eat cake that is not made with buttercream icing or does not actually have real butter in it, real milk, real sugar. Yeah, it's just not the same. So those are the 3 life-changing lessons that have taken me 38 freaking years to learn. I don't want it to take you that long. Or if you're already beyond 38 years and you haven't learned those things yet, start trying to implement them today. And I'd also love to hear, what are some of the biggest lessons that it's taken you a long time to learn, and how have they impacted your life? I actually just released a podcast that also came out on my birthday sharing these tips. I asked my friends out on social media what life-changing advice that they got as they got older, and I'm sharing that in the podcast. So you can go check that out wherever you listen to podcasts at. just search Fit Women's Weekly Podcast. You will see it pop up. All right, guys, that is my special episode for today. I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday for the rest of the day. I'm gonna enjoy that piece of cake. I'm gonna make sure to drink my water, and I'm actually gonna treat myself to a trip to Ulta to try some new face mask out. And if you have any products that you absolutely love, let me know down in the description box or down in the comments below. And if you want me to share my actual products that I use for my skincare, I'll be happy to do that in a future episode. All right, if you guys like this, and for my birthday, give me the gift of hitting that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscription button. It really does help the channel, and I put out a brand new video every single week. And I promise I am still gonna put out the video of me being very vulnerable. And if you guys missed that, make sure to go check out last week's video, because I basically said what this week's video was supposed to be about, but I really wanted to give you guys my 38 years of wisdom instead. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's time to go work out in my, can you guys see these? These are my birthday pants. My shiny, these are Heroin Sports. I absolutely love them. And every time I put them on, I just feel fancy. So I felt like this was just the right thing to wear for my birthday. All right, thank you so much. I'll be back next week.